So you're ready to go. Tomorrow is the big day. You are flying to your vacation. Let's say Costa Rica, because that's my favorite vacation spot. Now, as an online dietitian, you will need to prepare for your vacation. And in today's video, I'm going to break down what that looks like. Now, as a dietitian, you probably already know the importance of planning and preparation. Now, this might look like organizing client schedules, setting up automated systems. It could even be an email autoresponder, and managing communication channels. If you work one-on-one with clients, even if in a small capacity, you absolutely want to have a policy in place that clearly says when you're going to go on vacation and that you won't be available and how much notice you need to give them. For example, you tell them that if you take a vacation, you'll give them 7 days notice, or what I've seen as well with some service providers is that they'll spell out when they have their vacations in their contract. Now, that's going to require a lot of planning. Not all of you have the ability to do that, but regardless of what you choose for how you're going to communicate your policy, just make sure it's clear for your contract with your clients. Now, we have a link in the description below listed as an affiliate for contracts, and you want to make sure if you don't already have one to get that set up. Now, if you do have emergencies and you have a team, you can give an email for people to contact if they have an emergency. For example, you might have a support email on file, or if you don't have a team, that might actually be you. Now, hopefully there aren't any emergencies, but the reality is depending on your business and what kind of service and products you deliver, hopefully you don't have to be available during your vacation, but you have to take a look and see what is really possible for you to take a full vacation. Now, again, if you don't clearly communicate with your one-on-one clients that you have a policy where you are going to step out for a period of time, you want to immediately go and do that right now. So that's a tactical step to take away from this video, is making sure that you have some explicit policy stating what your terms are when you're able to leave and be unavailable for a dedicated amount of time. Meaning, if you're in a contract with somebody, but you're still able to step outside and take a cruise or take some time off in Costa Rica in the jungle, right? And so you should be able to do that as a service provider. You want processes in order in the business so that the business can go on without you. If you don't have your core processes documented, like how you make a sale, how you market in your business, how you deliver a service, and anything operational like onboarding, offboarding, late payments, anything customer service of that nature, if you don't have those core processes documented, then you really are going to have a harder time stepping out because the business probably is dependent fully on you and your ability to make decisions. So that's why planning for vacations might take a little while. It might be that you take a partial vacation and then you're constantly trying to get your business more buttoned up so you can take a more robust vacation in the future. But keep in mind that if you don't have any processes documented, or if you only have 40% of your processes documented, you're still going to need people to lean on you probably. So if you don't have a team, or you don't have a team that takes accountability, or you don't have things documented in your company, it's going to be really hard for you to fully remove yourself, even for a week or half a week, from the business, because those decisions that will need to be made are going to require you. And that's why I'm such a big fan of getting systems in place that will allow you to be free from the business. So as an online dietitian, a day in the life before vacation is also going to include client management and program management. So what you might want to do is take a look at how you're tracking the progress of your clients. Of course, this depends on what you offer, right? Do you offer an online program? Do you offer private coaching? Do you have a staff that offers that coaching for you? So again, taking a look at what you're offering, what service you're delivering. You're probably delivering consults, but let us know in the comments below what you're selling in your business. That's going to depend on how you have your system set up. But however you deliver service, one thing is for sure, and that's going to be that you want some system to track and document your client results. And I'm going to show you how we do that.
Now, I've blocked off the client's name so you can't see, but some of the questions would be how often they access the materials, how often they engaged in the program. So there are scores per week of the duration of the client in the program. And then if you scroll down, this is showing the different weeks and then the program end date. So we have tabs here. We used to track client progress in this way. We have a much more efficient system now, but just a traditional way of tracking and seeing where are people falling out and what can you do to try to help them get results is a great place to start. So a simple Excel sheet can do a lot of good if you're just getting started with tracking clients' progress. This is a more simplified version. I've zoomed in to not show the names, But this would be a tick list, a checkoff list that shows that the client's enrolled, and then they enrolled from a first to a second group. So that means that they continued with us. This is showing that they hit their first $1,000, and then when they hit their first $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, all the way up to $10,000. So we track the clients that achieve these milestones and when they achieve these milestones, and then we have an average. So this is a great way to track results in terms of revenue for some of our clients who are looking to earn six figures or $100,000 in annual revenues.
Another point for a day in the life of an online dietitian before vacation includes administration tasks and wrapping up. Now, the importance of administration tasks on a day-to-day basis cannot be understated, because somebody has to log in and check and make sure everything is working okay, right? Even if that means you're checking your dashboard or your sales, or even support or overseeing the support inbox to make sure that things are really in control, right? And that everything is intact the way that you had expected as a business owner. I want to show you a little bit of our project management system so you can see how we do admin behind the scenes.
So a project management system is going to include making sure that you're updated with your tasks of the day. So this is one of our virtual assistants, and I'm able to see, well, what did she do today? So she did some editing, she created an email sequence for one of our coaches, and she was able to work on some standard operating procedures and then check our inbox. And then follow up with some other, I'm not going to scroll down and show all of it because some of it's confidential information about some clients, but what you can see here is that this is how I'm able to go into our project management system and check our systems for managing our staff and even other aspects such as content management. So I'll show you really quickly our YouTube for Dietitian Boss. So this is where you're going to see we've got our thumbnails, and then we have our content here listed so that we're really aware of what to post.
So in addition to any type of project management, whether you're using an Excel sheet or a project management tool, you're going to need to look at follow-ups with clients, billing, invoicing, and all things operations.
So this is a mock account, but let's say you're using Practice Better, which we recommend as a practice management software. So you would go over here to invoice and billing, any documentation, and then from here you can manage your clients that you have access to here on the browser bar. So you can go here to my practice and my resources, and then you can go ahead and work with your clients. Again, I'm showing you an account that doesn't have any information. Obviously, for HIPAA compliance reasons, I'm not going to show you client information, but this is where you would be doing a lot of the administration in terms of looking at the invoice and billing. Client privacy is really important. So for sake of HIPAA, I'm not going to show you any information here, but in this account, I wanted you to see that there's all the available options for you to be looking at all of your admin. So that might be sending extra forms and waivers to your clients, adding any automations, looking at your services and your programs. Even your availability is a big deal because you want to check that and make sure that it's accurate in terms of what people are able to schedule. So you can simply input when you're available for what service and then create that automation in your Practice Better account, which I strongly recommend using. So the documents, and then you also have, there's a lot of great features here. I'm just going to show you briefly, forms and waivers, but I really want to focus on the billing piece, because this is going to, you probably want to upgrade your account if you're working with clients, although it's free if you have under a certain amount of clients. But this is where you're going to spend your time with administration tasks, making sure that you're up to date when it comes to your admin.
Another important piece I want to mention as an online dietitian, specific to a day in the life before vacation, would be boundaries. So this can depend on the processes and policies you have set up for when you leave, but it's important that you create some boundaries. So does that mean that you won't be available, that you'll be available certain times, or that, what does that mean? And it goes back to the contract that you had your clients sign, which is why it's so important to update those as you can. And think about the boundaries so that you can allow yourself some space for self-care and replenishment while you're away, but you can still keep an eye on the business, whether that means you've set up for success through process, or that means that you are still stepping in, but you're doing so on a limited basis. Maybe you're checking for an hour, 2 days a week out of your vacation. But whatever that looks like, you got to create your own boundaries and think about what those look like for you as an online dietitian before your vacation. If you like this video, I want you to check out this next video on screen. And I also want to invite you to join our Academy library. It's a month-to-month membership that gives you access to our roadmap, as well as access to me and our team to support you and guide you through starting and growing your online dietitian private practice so you can better prepare for your next vacation.